Starting a roofing business is exciting, but it's messy. Looking back, there are big things I would do differently that would have saved me thousands of dollars and years of frustration. That's why I'm making this video, to share the real lessons I wish I knew from the start, so you don't have to repeat my mistakes. Grab a notebook because I'm breaking down the 5 biggest changes I'd make from day one. And if you apply them, you'll grow faster, make more money, and avoid a lot of sleepless nights. Lesson 1, I'd focus on profits, not just revenue. Here's the first and probably biggest lesson. I chase revenue instead of profit. In the beginning, I thought if I can just get more jobs, more roofs, more contracts, then I'll win. I measured success by how big the number was on my sales sheet. But here's the problem. Revenue is vanity and profit is sanity. I remember a year where we hit a record sales. It looked amazing on paper, but when I sat down with my numbers, I realized we barely made any money. Why? Because my overhead was bloated, I wasn't tracking expenses tightly, and crews were wasting materials. I was basically running a charity for homeowners. If I could restart, here's what I'd do. Know my numbers early. I would track every expense. I would know my break-even point and protect my margins. Price for profit, not for desperation. Too many roofers underbid just to win, and that's a trap. Reverse engineer revenue. Instead of chasing a random sales goal, I'd figure out how much profit I wanted and set revenue targets to support that. Because at the end of the day, what matters isn't how many roofs you do, it's how much you keep. Lesson number 2, I'd build a brand, not just a business card. When I first started, I thought marketing meant a truck magnet, some business cards, and maybe a Facebook post. I relied on storms, insurance claims, and word of mouth. That's not a strategy, that's gambling. What I now know is that people don't want to hire the cheapest roofer. They want to hire the roofer they trust. And trust doesn't just happen, it's built through branding. If I had to do it all over again, here's what I would do from day one. Professional image, a clean logo, uniforms, wrapped trucks. It's not just about vanity, it's about trust. When you look professional, homeowners assume you are professional. Strong online presence, a clean, easy to navigate website, active social media, and Google reviews. Because let's be real, before someone calls you, they're Googling you. Consistent messaging, every flyer, post, and conversation should answer one question. Why should a homeowner trust you with their biggest asset? Branding is the moat around your business. It's what separates you from the guys running out of a pickup with a ladder. And if I had focused on brand earlier, I would have won bigger jobs, landed better clients, and built credibility way faster. Lesson number 3, I'd hire slower and fire faster. Let's talk about people. Early on, I thought growth meant adding more bodies, more crews, more sales reps, more office help. I hired quickly, sometimes without even checking references because I was desperate for help. And guess what? I paid for it. Bad hires cost me time, money, and headaches. And worse, they hurt my culture. One toxic person can drive away 3 good ones. If I could go back, here's what I'd do differently. Define culture from day one. What are our standards? What values matter most? Write them down, live by them, and hire based on them. Hire for attitude, train for skill. Skills can be taught. Work ethic and character, not so much. Cut ties quickly. I used to hang on to the wrong people too long because I thought, what if I can't replace them? But keeping the wrong person costs more than losing them. Here's the truth. The wrong hire can kill your momentum faster than any slow season. The right hire can multiply. If I started over, I'd be intentional about every person I brought on board. Lesson number 4, I'd invest in systems early. In the beginning, I was running everything out of my head and a notepad. I had addresses scribbled on scraps of paper, estimates in random spreadsheets, and zero consistency in how jobs were handled. That worked when I had a couple of jobs at a time. But when we got busy, it was chaos. Leads slipped through the cracks, crews showed up late, jobs got delayed, and customers got frustrated. If I could start again, I'd set up systems from the start to track every lead, estimate, and follow up. I would have project management tools to make sure jobs are scheduled, materials are ordered, and crews are where they need to be. Checklists and workflows so everyone knows the process, no excuses. Systems aren't just about being organized. They're about building a business that doesn't fall apart when you're not in the room. If your business depends 100% on you remembering everything, you don't have a business, you have a job. Systems will set you free. Lesson number 5, I'd stop saying yes to everything. That's a tough one. Because when you're starting out, it feels like you have to take every job. That was me. I said yes to absolutely everything. Small patch jobs, jobs that are 2 hours away, even jobs where I knew the customer was going to be a nightmare. Every time those jobs ended up costing me more than they were worth. Here's what I learned. Saying yes to the wrong jobs keeps you from saying yes to the right ones. If I could restart, I'd define my ideal client early on, the right neighborhoods, the right price range, the right types of roofs. Then I'd focus all my energy there. Because when you spread yourself too thin, you lose quality, you burn out your crews, and you cheapen your brand. It's not about being busy, it's about being profitable and sustainable. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is one word: no. So these are the 5 biggest things I'd do differently if I could start my roofing business all over again. Focus on profit, not just revenue. Build a brand, not just a business card. Hire slow, fire fast. Invest in systems early, and stop saying yes to everything. I wish someone had set me down years ago, walked me through these things. It would have saved me a lot of time, money, stress, and mistakes. But here's the good news. You get to learn from my scars instead of earning your own. Now I want to hear from you. What's one thing you'd do differently if you could start over in your roofing business? Drop it in the comments. I read every one. And if the video gave you value, hit subscribe, because I've got more content coming to help you grow your roofing business smarter, faster, and more profitable. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.